How's it going, everyone? This is Mike, and I'm back for another chapter of Movies from A to Z. Today we're on the letter Y. Letter Y. I was about to say Z. Letter Y, which means we're about to wind up this little project. So thanks to everyone who followed along with James and Ian and myself. This is a lot of fun to do. So the letter Y film that I've chosen is called You Only Live Once, which by its title you might think this is a Frank Capra comedy or something, but in truth, it's the exact opposite. A very serious crime thriller directed by Fritz Lang in 1937, starring Sylvia Sidney and Henry Fonda. This is also classified as an early example of film noir in my Bible here. In fact, it's the only film listed for 1937. The previous year, 1936, Fritz Lang directed another movie also classified as a noir. And again, that's the only film listed for that year. That film was called Fury, also starring Sylvia Sidney along with Spencer Tracy. And according to what I read, that was his first American film, Fritz Lang's first American film. And that's one I haven't seen, so I'm anxious to see that as well. I don't want to give too much away here, so this is probably going to be a very short video. I'm just going to give you the basics of the story. There are too many terrific surprises, twists and turns in the storyline and of what happens to these people. I don't want to give anything away that might detract from someone seeing for the first time. So this will be very brief. Henry Fonda plays a guy named Eddie Taylor, who at the beginning of the movie is getting out of prison for the third time. He's a three-time loser, as they like to put it. He's been in jail for things like robbery, armed robbery, assault, but he has another chance at a new life. But if he gets put in jail again, he's a lifer. So waiting for him when he gets out is his beautiful young girlfriend, Joan, played by Sylvia Sidney, who is just madly in love with this guy. And even though people around her in her life, and she has a very successful job, she's doing very well, she has people who care about her, but people in her life are telling her, look, you need to drop Eddie because he is going to ruin your life. She won't listen. So they get married, have all these hopes for a brand new life. They go on a honeymoon, and they even put some money down in the house. He has a job that's been found for him by the people in the prison, and a very helpful priest, the chaplain of the prison, who's trying to help him. He has a job as a truck driver. Well, okay, so they try to make a go of it. Things go south, and Eddie gets pulled back into the life of crime. And by circumstantial evidence, he is accused of murder, and he can't prove that he didn't do it, so he goes to prison. And that's all I'm going to tell you. This is a beautiful story. It has a lot of romance, but it also has so much tragedy. It's almost like it's a Greek tragedy done with a contemporary setting. These actors are incredible. I know a lot of people are very familiar with Henry Fonda, but a lot of people may not be as familiar with Sylvia Sidney, who was an excellent actress of the period, made a lot of great films. Had actually started out in 1926 and worked throughout her life until her death in, I believe, in 1995 or 1996. Her last film was Mars Attacks. She's kind of a rarity among Hollywood actresses. She didn't have so much ego that she didn't allow herself to just age and show herself as an old woman on screen. So when she got up into her 50s and 60s, she was making a lot of excellent performances as an older woman. For example, in 1973, she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress Oscar for a film called Summer Wishes, Winter Dreams, where she played the mother of Joanne Woodward. Excellent film. And she did a lot of films after that where she just, I mean, really, she was a great scene stealer. But she, just a very beautiful, kind of an exotic looking woman, unusual features. She sometimes looked as if she could be Asian. Sometimes she looked like she could be mixed black and white. Just very beautiful. So I'm babbling about Sylvia Sidney. Don't want to give too much away here. This has a lot of classic elements of film noir, where you have a man who is leading a woman astray. It's sort of a homme fatale as opposed to a femme fatale. In this film, you actually have both, because as the story goes on, her life is being destroyed because of her obsession, her obsessive love for this man that she refuses to walk away from. His life takes a turn for the worse because he listens to her. So in a sense, she's kind of a femme fatale with the best of intentions, but because he listens to her, something negative happens to him. It has a lot of great elements in the story. So I just want to recommend this very highly. Harry Benson, I bet you know about this one because you know more about classic 1930s films than I ever will. But if you haven't seen this, I recommend it. So I guess that's all I want to say. And once again, thank you for watching. Comments are welcome. And I'm out of here. Okay, see you next week for letter Z. Have a great film pick for that letter. Okay, see you.